Hey everybody. I've been feeling a little nostalgic lately. Frankly, I'm gonna blame it on Earthbound, reminding me of the good old days back in the 90s when I had my Super Nintendo. And one of my absolute favorite games of all time was Super Metroid. So I decided to, just go back and, see if it stands up to the rigorous scrutiny of today's games. And, so far I'm thinking that it really does. It's such a haunting and really beautiful title sequence, title screen. But, it's it's not quite how I remember it. Back when I played this game, it had an English text option. Like, I'm certain it did. The text was in English. It wasn't, German or French only, so, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I don't remember. However, this is exactly the way I remember it. But, actually, there's a little less music than I remember. So I'm going to go ahead and add, a little soundtrack of my own. There, much better. So, if I'm remembering my Metroid lore correctly, and I don't think I am, because that screen was a little bit foggy. You see, Super Metroid was unique because the game cartridge itself was telepathic. So, if you forget, the lore, then all the cutscenes are a little bit blurry. The only thing I remember was that there was a baby Metroid, so you could see it loud and clear, but everything else was a bit sketchy. Now, as everybody knows, Super Metroid was known for being one of the first roguelike games. It is it's big on invisible platforms, hidden spike traps, hidden death traps, hidden rewind traps, enemies that you can't see, auto kills. It's actually really, really brutal. It was kind of inspired by NetHack. I think I'm going to have to reset, though. I didn't get a very good RNG seed there. So let's go and try it again. I'm not liking how this is going. Let me give it a couple more tries. Save down. Nope. Right. Okay, I think, yeah. No. Definitely time to reset. See if I get a better random number seed next time. And, maybe I'll get a trade or a special gift that's gonna help me out here. So, just hang on a sec. I'm gonna reset. Try it again. Alright, that looks better already. I'm feeling really good about this one. I think I've got it this time. The graphics on this are really impressive for a game that came out in 1997. Now, since we've already watched the opening scene once, we actually don't have to watch it again. But we're still going to... Oh yeah, there we go. I'm feeling a lot better about this one. Fewer platforms, they're in different places, no enemies, nothing hidden in the back. So I'm gonna try out my trait for this is Steroids. Steroids was a special power that I rolled at the start of the game. And what it lets you do is when you're at peace, you can just skip all the boring parts, which is good because the earlier Samus makes it to her custody hearing for the baby Metroid, the better chance you have of winning the battle and taking it back. But unfortunately, the magistrate happens to be Ridley, and generally doesn't go well when those two meet. He is kind of a jerk, kinda, made Samus's life miserable as a child, and she never really forgave him for it. So, stuff like this tends to happen when they meet up. It's pretty ugly. They try to kill each other, and Ridley's kind of passive-aggressive about it, and then he leaves and tries to blow up the whole space station, and now we gotta escape. That's right, Durham Station. Gotta evacuate it. Now we're not at peace anymore, so we can't, use our steroids to skip it. But, largely, there haven't been any strange pit traps or spikes or anything like that. But, I was checking the character sheet Samus before I restarted the recording, and it turns out that in this run, she's not a bounty hunter anymore. Well, that's kind of odd. She is a big game intergalactic space fisher, and her ship is equipped with, it says, a 20 parsec by 20 parsec electromagnetic death net. What's interesting? Those asteroids didn't seem to enjoy being hit by it very much. Let's see how the planet Zebes fares. He's got that giant net in tow. I kind of like how it turns along with her. That's some really great space-age technology. Okay, I don't think it interacted with the planet very well. I think I might have to re-roll. You know, let's try it one more time. No, gonna have to re-roll again. But since we already cleared the space station, you know, we start from escaping the space station. And this is kind of cool. It's a nice tribute to NetHack. It was brilliant. It was really great. Alright. I've got a really good feeling about this time. There's nothing strange in the traits. There's no... Well, I mean, her ship is slower than usual. That's kind of strange. But you don't really need the ship, except at the very end of the game. And by then, I'll probably restart it 4 more times, so it doesn't matter. In any case, we can finally touch down. That looks fine as well. Don't have the net destroying everything. So we're just gonna